like from that moment, I don't know, I had a bad feeling about Mizkif since that trip to Japan or something. When was that? When was that even? When did Mizkif and Emiru go to Japan? Okay, so it was that year already. Yeah. Okay, so it was towards the end of the year. Yeah, and I don't know, man. Like when I saw him, it was so weird. Like some ways that he interacted with people. I couldn't point my finger on it. Like sometimes you just get like a really bad feeling about someone, you know. And obviously, like the whole the cover up allegations and stuff like that that happened with that blonde chick. Um, at first, honestly, let's be real. I thought she was making it up, not making it up like fully, but over exaggerating it. And the cow, but like, because again, like it was after it was the Johnny Depp trial and like all the Me Too fatigue, right? But then like yeah, they came out and said I was like, oh fuck, man. So it's like, damn, right? Either way, like I never had like a good feeling about him all that much. So yeah, let's see what this is about.
This is all public, obviously this part. I moved in with him. I believe it was the end of 2021 because he offered. I was living alone at the time, and I was having stalker issues in Kansas. And I mean, you guys know like all the stuff that happened there.
No
I ended
idea.
up joining the org and everything. We did a lot of streams together. And
Like no
a lot
idea,
of
but
people already know this, but I'm just gonna come out and
hello.
say it.
Pause.
We started.
Jesus. I was like, yeah, I don't know about any of her history with stalkers, but you can only assume attractive young girl streamer. Yeah, she probably has stalkers. Like nothing surprising there.
Dating. We were in a relationship starting January 2022 after I joined OTK. I'm not planning to go into too much detail about the start of the relationship because it honestly doesn't really matter at this point. It's irrelevant now. The only things that really matter that you guys need to know for the story are that it was one, an extremely private relationship. It was even hidden from friends and people in the org, but I mean, obviously, people all eventually figured it out. They're not fucking stupid. And second, it was an extremely codependent relationship, which
She relied on him.
it's not the issue, but that's just, making that clear for details. He initially portrayed himself to me as someone who was very nice to girls and wanted to help me feel safe from stalkers and wanted me to succeed as a teammate. And we grew very close over time, and I was very dependent on him for feelings of safety, social life, like my stream, my job, everything. So yeah, besides it being a very codependent relationship, the start of it was fine. I saw a lot of people mentioning this. They thought this was what I was going to talk about. It's not a secret. I think everyone who paid attention knew that he was very controlling over what I wore, to a degree, who I was friends with, and even when I would stream. So, when it was definitely slow over time that bad things started happening.
Yeah,
At the
usually,
start, it would be things like, for example, he would throw bottles, like plastic bottles with liquid in it, not like glass bottles, at me, despite me telling him like I didn't like it and it scared me and I bruised very easily. He would throw his phone at me. I would tell him, it scared me, I don't like it. And one time it even hit me in the eye, which caused me to get a black eye, but he always was like, oh, it's an accident. And I was like, oh yeah, it's an accident. Like, of course I'm not gonna think that you know, he's, yeah, I just,
Like he probably didn't.
I just kind of was, you know, I just brushed it off, and
I doubt that he threw the phone to hurt her. Like realistically, I think he's probably was. He looks like he starved for attention for the most part. So I'm pretty sure he was just trying to get like something out of her, kind of thing, like just like emotion and response, yada yada yada. Obviously that is not. First of all, just by seeking that approval, seeking that response, you already, like, I wouldn't call it a red flag, but I think that would be something like an orange flag kind of thing. Especially if it's like if you're already together, like you don't need to play these games anymore. Realistically, of like attention seeking behavior. Somebody who used to do that a lot. It's like you guys are already together, man. Just like, and honestly, like even if you're not together, there's no real reason to, to do that. Attention-seeking behavior. So yeah, but that just shows like a insecurity probably. So
looking back now, I feel like that was kind of the start of him testing my boundaries, if that makes sense. So that was already kind of starting to show signs within the first 6 months of me and him being close, and then again, a very public situation. The end of 2022, the cover-up allegations happened.
that's the blonde chick, yeah.
Like I said, all that's public. You can.
I'm assuming that's what it is.
See, like what
But
I said during that, everything.
That had to do with Maya, right? What was her name? What was the blonde that accused Mizkif of cover up? No streamer says Mizkif covered up her sexual assault. Yeah. Yeah, Adriana Lee. Accusation involved Mizkif's roommate at the time, Crazy Slick, who was accused of sexually harassing Lee. 2021 accusation. Adriana Lee posted a tweet-longer statement 2021 detailing how Crazy Slick had allegedly sexually harassed and inappropriately touched her at a party. The cover-up claim 2022. Streamer Trainwrecks TV publicly accused Mizkif of helping to cover up the incident. Aftermath, the allegation led to Mizkif being suspended by his streaming organization. But didn't he stay in OTK after that, though? This third-party investigation was conducted by a law firm. The investigation concluded that it did not find direct evidence that Mizkif attempted to cover up or minimize the sexual assault. Yeah, lawfully, probably, yeah. Lawfully, yeah, but like there's a difference between like lawfully and socially kind of thing. Defamation lawsuit. So he won the defamation lawsuit against Adriana Lee. He stated he would release a video to show it was all lies. Interesting. Under the tweet I just saw, he both assaulted her and covered it up. She claims to have proof. Okay, that's the... On September 14, 2021, Mizkif announced on Twitter that he and Higa had ended their relationship. Had been in a relationship with someone outside of the online entertainment industry. In 2023, he uploaded a video on YouTube titled "Meet My Pets," showcasing her collection of animals. Yeah, she's gonna get dragged into something for sure. Either I'm surprised she hasn't been dragged into the Hassan stuff yet. We'll see if that continues. I hope for her she doesn't get dragged into it. As much as I want to be like, hey, your friend here is abusing enemies, as much as I want to, like, I don't think she needs to get involved. This is not her fucking issue. She doesn't even like streaming from my understanding. It's just that it happened. But she might be getting dragged into this. We'll see, because I don't know if they had similar relationship problems, or maybe he became like this because they broke up. I don't know.
After that happened, his behavior started getting a lot worse. which, I
Stress,
mean,
yeah.
I suppose it makes sense. You know, he was very stressed. A lot of stuff was happening, but the bad behavior was ramping up, and I really, I feel like it's so apparent if, like, you know, you go back and watch anything from that time. I tried
Hindsight, yeah.
so hard to help him and be there for him because I really believed in him, and I wanted him to, you know, get better and get back on his feet and be the person that, you know, I always believed that he was. But that unfortunately did not really happen. For a long time, I think about a year and a half from when that all happened, it was kind of like slow things getting worse. But I mean, honestly, I'm not even gonna bother going into the details of all of that because there's just too much to cover, and it's honestly kind of not really relevant to the rest of what I'm saying because the rest of what I want to say is a lot worse. There was a point where things really took a turn for the worst. Like, it felt like, you know, like a very delicate branch just kind of snapped. So, and again, a lot of people are like vaguely aware of this, but I'll explain it for people who aren't, you know, chronically tapped into all that stuff. So for a long time after the like cover-up allegations happened and he was like starting to kind of struggle on his stream, he never wanted to stream at the same time as me. Like, we really avoided it. And to me at the time it made sense because, you know, I was like, well, of course, like, you know, we share a lot of community members. If we're live at separate times, we're both gonna perform better. You know, it makes sense. But yeah, we were never really live doing the same thing at the same time for a long time, with the exception of like things like events or sponsors or like, you know, just special things. For a very long time, and a lot of you guys probably noticed that I would only usually stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. That was because of him. And now I stream whenever I want, but the first time that we ever streamed at the same time was for the 2024 Rust Kingdoms event on Twitch. We were sharing drops, so it was the first time in a very long time that we were both going to be live at the same time doing the same thing, basically. I know you're probably like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? But
give it a second.
It'll make sense a bit. So I'm live, he's live, we're both streaming, and like I said, you can go find all of this. This is public. There are clips of this. We're both streaming the Rust event, and I thought it was going really well. I thought everyone was having fun. I was like, oh, this is great. Everyone's, you know, doing the same thing at the same time. We're all hanging out. You know, we're gonna have fun. Like, I was really, really excited. And then I start seeing in my chat people start saying, unofficial Ms. Raid, yeah. And I'm like, what does that mean? And then I check my Discord messages, and he's messaging me. He's saying, like, Emmy, you know, I'm gonna kill myself. I waited, or I'm gonna KMS. I waited so long for this, etc. And basically he was upset because I had higher viewership than him.
Fucking
That's
cringe.
literally it. I had higher viewership than him.
Oh, so cringe.
This was during an event, so there were drops. Like, everyone knows when there's drops, like, it's not even fucking real, but
that's
yeah.
Not really. I mean, even when there are drops, right? If like, okay, if nothing is real, right? So it's like drops are just like random people are coming in, right? But it's like, why would they come in randomly to you and not to him? Like that, I'm saying like, what's the rationale, right? Like, why would he would be upset about it? And again, you know, like how come you, let's say it's like random people who don't watch streams, right? They're just there because of the drops. Why would they go to watch Emmy and not Mizkif? Do they know Emmy more than they know Mizkif? Like, again, starve for attention.
He starts messaging me. He's really upset. I tried to tell him, I was like, bro, you should come back and play. Everyone's having fun. Everyone's
Take
like
a
wondering
chill
where you
pill.
are. But yeah, he ended his stream. And then I'm still live, you know, trying to act like nothing's wrong.
Oh.
And in that house, I had a glass door so I could like see this was happening. He was walking behind me, making sure that I knew he was there. And by the way, so there were many ways out of that house if he wanted to leave the house that were closer to his stream room. He intentionally chose the door that was right by my room. I feel like that's pretty apparent, at least to me. He starts walking behind my
Yeah, I would pull shit like that. I would like, yeah, I pull shit like that. Not to that extent, but like, yeah. It's again, it's just I want you to look at me. I want you to feel bad for me. It's an attention-seeking behavior. Yeah.
stream and slamming the door so loud that my noise gate can pick it up. So even people on my stream are able to hear this is happening. And he slams it so hard and so many times that the front door literally broke. The lock did not work anymore. It didn't work for months, and it would just make this horrible sound that I would have to hear like every fucking day. But anyway, so I hear him back there doing this, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I tell my stream, I'm like, hey, guys, I'll be right back. I get up and I go talk.
This is literally why they call, like, why they say streamers are just stuck in high school, bro. That is actually like fucking middle school and high school behavior. Like, this is literally how I acted, literally in high school or middle school, whenever. Mostly, more so in middle school. Wasn't very successful with the ladies in high school and ever since. But like in middle school, when I had like multiple girlfriends, because I was like, oh, this is the shit, you know. It's like, it doesn't mean anything in middle school. Yeah, like that attention-seeking behavior, that's all it is, right? You just like look at me all the time, everywhere, don't look at anyone else, right? And it's like, and if you do, I'll make a scene so that you will only look at me. And it doesn't really matter how you look at me, it's just as long as you look at me, that's fine. So yeah. And but the biggest one is, if you feel bad for me, like if I gaslight you enough to feel bad for me for some one reason or another, and like make you like sacrifice something for me, that would make me feel so much better. It's like, oh, I'm so important. I am so important to her. She actually just stopped her stream. Like, me feeling bad is more important to her. Like, she doesn't want me to feel bad, more importantly, than her stream is. And yeah, there's nothing big, like there's no self jerk bigger than that. Yeah, it's all just, that's all it is. It's fucking middle school, basically.
Talk to him, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, Emmy, like, I hate all of you guys. Like, all you guys do is just take from me. And like,
and what he wants to hear from you is like, no, that's not true, I love you. No, like, you know what, I'm just gonna end my stream and I'm gonna raid you. Can you like just go start your stream? I'll raid you. I'll end my stream. You're so much more important than me. That's what he wants to hear, right? Obviously not in that tone of voice, not in my voice at all, but that is what he wants to hear, right? Again, I don't want to say he's like this is not, I wouldn't even say this is misogyny. This is just like this is how children behave, right? Where it's like, you don't know how to like earn respect, so you kind of like manipulate for the respect, right? This is just like how kids basically interact, right? Because it's like, it's too embarrassing to ask for, right? Again, I'm not trying to discount it, right? He's a grown-ass man acting like this, so it's like, if you think this is like discounting how poorly he behaves, that's not it. I'm just saying that it's like, it's just an immaturity type of thing, right? It's just super immature. Instead of like saying what you want to say and what you want her to understand, you are like, you're like, you know that your feelings are so embarrassing for a grown-ass man, that, or for a man as a whole, and if you share your feelings as they are actually, that would be you opening up, and if she rejects you opening up, that would be very embarrassing and would hurt you a lot more than just manipulating her into saying that, you know, you are way more important to me than the stream, and here, let me make it better for you. Like, this is a motherless behavior, you know, like how like some girls have fatherless behavior. This is motherless behavior, right?
I'm just done. Like, I'm just done. And I was like, is this like really happening because of rush drops? And he was like, I don't know what else to do. He was like going off on me, like basically saying that he hated me. And I was like, well, I don't know what to do now. And he was like, go finish your stream so that people don't know anything's wrong. And I stop in the bathroom outside my stream room, and I'm like, you know, checking my makeup, trying to make sure people can't tell that I was like crying. And I'm only in there for like 30 seconds, and he comes and like looms in the doorway. He's like,
Yep. Look at me.
doing?
Look at me.
And I'm like, oh, I'm just checking my makeup. So I go back and I stream for a couple hours.
Why didn't he leave, by the way? Wasn't he leaving? Why did he go back? Because again, his intention wasn't to leave. His intention was attention. Look at me, you know, hear me. Stop everything you're doing and just pay attention to me. Me.
Do my best to just like, you know, carry on the show basically. And yeah, after that, like I said, was when things started to get really fucking bad. It was like something just snapped. For the rest of the week, he streamed the Rust event. He got all the drop viewers. I'm sure he was very happy. I mean, good for him. And during that time, I obviously was like thinking and processing a lot of what happened. But I mean, it was a lot because this person was at the time like kind of it was like my partner and my best friend, and like the only person that like I really talked to ever, or like at least off stream. So I mean, it was a lot. But the very next stream, I went live about a week after that, and I announced that I was planning to move because I knew that I would have to move.
Forgot.
So I was like, okay, I have to go live and say this so that, you know, kind of force myself to commit to it, right? Does that make sense? Obviously, I didn't move out right away, but after like all of that Rust stuff happened was when the other domestic abuse stuff really started. He would destroy furniture in front of me. He would throw things.
Yeah. This is like all childhood. All child behavior.
Again, you can go see this in some of his VODs in his bedroom. The holes in the wall.
Yeah. Attention-seeking behavior.
There would be times where he was upset at me, and I would go to my stream.
Look at me. I'm so big. I'm so strong. I can break this thing. I can do that. Right, it's like, love me, man, like, this is like just fucking classic childlike behavior. Like, that's all it is, right? Like, it's like a child being on a tantrum. That's all it is.
Stream room and literally lock myself in to get away from him, and he would be banging on the door and screaming at me. And at the time, he also would more often do things like going, like if we were driving in the car together, he would be going like 150 miles an hour, and like one time he even said like, well, now we're both gonna die, like threatening to kill both of us. And this wasn't like even necessarily because of me or like because of something I did a lot of the time. Like one of the times that it happened, it was because we were just getting food and he was on his phone and he saw that Mr. Beast had put out a video and Mr. Beast had invited another streamer and he was like, "Oh, Mr. Beast invited this guy to his video, not me." And I was like, "Oh, well, you know, like, huh, yeah, I guess so." Which
Yeah.
led to him going 150 miles per hour in the car and talking about killing himself while doing it.
Good times.
Um,
Sounds like fun.
then at home, other things would happen. Like I'd be trying to sleep and he would scream at me and say that it was all my fault that he felt insecure. There was a time that I walked into a room that he was in, and as soon as he saw me there, he threw his phone at the dresser and started yelling because I had posted a YouTube video within the same couple of days as him, and mine was doing better. So basically, I felt like
Christ.
I was kind of stuck in a loop where I felt like I had to constantly perform and like prove my value to not be thrown away. But at the same time, if I ever performed too well, I was gonna be punished for it.
Yeah.
And it just felt like a very rough situation to be stuck in because, I mean, streaming is my hobby and my job. Like, it's a huge part of my life, even before, you know, I met him and became like a larger creator. And I remember thinking all the time how it felt like he hated me, but he still wanted me around for his channel and like his thumbnails and everything.
Well, this is, I don't know, is this like a savior complex kind of thing where it's like he was her savior, right? And because like, you know, he took her out of like that, like, you know, he saved her basically. He gave her a place to be, saved her from stalkers, yada yada yada, and he wants her to rely on her, right? And then, you know, she's doing better than him. So it's like, I don't know, maybe like it could be a savior complex. I think that that's what it would be, right?
And this is still before I moved out. There was a time where it was the tension in the house was so unbearable that I would sneak out and I would sneak into Esfan's house using my code.
Jeez.
And Esfan didn't know why I was doing this. He saw me a couple times. I'd be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go take a nap in your guest room." He'd be like, "Yeah, that's fine." I would sneak into Esfan's house just to have some time of like peace and quiet.
Esfan lived closer.
But eventually, he figured out where I was going, and he would go over to Esfan's house to keep telling me off.
Jesus Christ.
And there was
that was, it's not funny, but like I'm laughing at Mizkif kind of thing,
I was
not at the situation.
Lying in the guest room bed, and one of the roommates in that house had come to.
You know, like recently I watched a video of Mizkif. He had, who did he argue with or about? Fuck, I don't remember because he's just so not interesting. But like he, like there was another girl in the room and I was like looking at it and it's like, did he like lose everything or something? Like, you know, like his, like he looks broke, right? He, like, not as in like he does like like it's like, I'm sure he has money, but he looks like, the look in his eyes looks like somebody who has lost it all, like lost everything, like somebody who gambled it all away, kind of like soulless, right? Shit like that. And I'm looking at him, it's like, what the like what did I miss, man? Like, did he just like, maybe he lost all his money? I don't know. There was some chick in the room, whatever, as well. But like, yeah, he, like, the guy looks broken, and I didn't know any of this, right? Like I said, I I never had a good impression of him, but yeah, man, like shit ain't looking good for Mizkif right now.
To see like why I was crying, and they were standing in the corner, and Miz, he came in, and he was very physically aggressive. He was like, Emmy, like, what are you doing? Like, angry. And then as soon as he turned and saw this other person standing there,
Yeah,
he instantly like deflated and changed his tone.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, Emmy, I was wondering where you were. Like, are you coming home? And that roommate like later asked me about it, and they were like, what the fuck was that? Like, are you okay? And I was just like, oh, it's nothing, because I felt like a lot of the reason that I didn't tell the people around me was because I felt like no one would understand, or even if they understood, it would just be a burden to them, because all of our streams and social circles and communities are so intertwined.
It's like textbook
I was
victim.
like, maybe it's just better for me to deal with this and like hope things get better.
Yeah, that is textbook victim, man.
I honestly don't even remember what the final straw was that I finally was like, okay, it's time to go. Like, I prepared the house that I lived in before this one, like, pretty much immediately after the, like, breaking the front door thing happened, but I was still, like, scared and unsure. So I don't remember what the final straw was, but I remember the day I took Cheddar to the house, because he just randomly started, like, screaming at Cheddar. Was like, get that fucking cat out of my house. So I just grabbed Cheddar and put him in my car, and grabbed his litter box and took him there, and I just left him there and never took him.
This is like my misunderstanding maybe, but like I thought they like it was like a streamer house kind of thing. I thought like there was like 4 or 5 people living there with Mizkif and Emiru. Right? Wasn't Tecton living there at some point as well? Like I thought they were just like a lot of the OTK, not a lot, but like many of the OTK members lived in Mizkif's house. I guess that was my misunderstanding.
Come back to that house. And then I think like within several days after that was when I finally moved out. It was on very short notice. Like I said, I don't even remember what the final straw was because so many things happened, but there was a time when I just knew. I called some movers. I said, hey, can you come tomorrow? And they were like, yeah, and then I literally moved the next day. Moving out into the last house that I lived in was a huge step mentally, because like I said, a big part of why I moved into the first house in Texas in the first place was because I felt like it was the safest option for me, because, you know, I am a girl where it's like kind of scary for me to be living alone. So it was very hard, and at the time, even though like all these other things had already happened, I was very hopeful that me and him could be cordial and like eventually like things would be fine, at least publicly, like for stream reasons, so that, you know, everyone could just keep streaming
professionally, yeah,
like nothing had happened. And you know,
yeah, but no, he's a child,
that
so
would be the best thing to do. And
yeah, not gonna happen.
I felt like if I, you know, separated myself from him without explaining anything, people that watched us wouldn't understand and would attack me. I was yeah, I mean, it ended up happening anyway, so, but yeah,
I wish you would add like timetables kind of thing,
out,
just so I can like draw a picture in my head like when what happened.
That somehow things would get better. He would always beg for me to come back, and he would promise therapy and change, and
yeah,
like,
here are the
even
promises
talk to other people and like kind of present like
this is the thing where it's like you don't promise, hey, if you come back I'll go to therapy and stuff like that. No, you change yourself already knowing what you're doing is wrong, and then all you can hope for, like the person coming back or forgiveness and all that stuff, right? You can't just like you can't just be like, well, if you come back, then I would do these things. No, that doesn't work that way. No, it's like you have to fix it and then hope for me to even like consider coming back because I'm still kind of traumatized from all the bullshit that you've done, right? Like you can't do it the opposite way.
Like, oh, I want to change, I want to be better for Emmy or whatever, you know?
If you want to, he would have
There
done
was
it
a
beforehand.
short period in October where we had broken up because, I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter now. And when that happened, I honestly felt relieved because I was like, okay, finally, it's like
Holy
on his
fuck.
terms. So that means he'll be satisfied and he'll be able to say it was his choice, and he'll leave me alone.
Yeah.
Because whenever I would try to push for it, it just felt like I couldn't like really sever it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you were weak. Not weak in like it's a hard thing to do. Like not weak in the it's like it's a really hard thing to do, especially when it's a person who you probably feel like you owe him a lot, like to begin with, right? This is where like the whole codependent thing that she said earlier comes into play, where she says like it doesn't matter. Oh, it matters, right? It like that it sets the tone, and so she probably felt like she owed him a lot more because technically, again, he technically saved her, right? Not saying that there were no other options for her, but he probably did like that. He basically offered her a massive solution to the problems she had, right? Offered her a place to stay. Like that is like, yeah, like obviously you're gonna have a hard time hurting this person, right? You're gonna have a hard time breaking it off, which is essentially like you're gonna be hurting this person if you break it off, and you don't want to do that, right? Even if you don't have feelings for him, you feel indebted. So yeah, no, it's completely understandable. Like again, a problem with codependent relationship where it becomes romantic is basically like stuff like this.
But I mean, obviously, hence me doing this stream, that was not the end of it. A week after this breakup, he asked to come over to my house and talk.
Bro, I don't know if she's half crying or she's sniffing because she's sick. I shouldn't be laughing at this, but like I feel like she's not crying about anymore, but she does have like that's just her voice. It's kind of like broken, right? She said like why it is, right? It's like she used to be very quiet and now she talks like this, and like that's just how she talks at this point. She always talks like this, by the way. This is not like because of the situation. She always talks in this kind of like voice that is like almost breaking, right? But it's like because of the sniffing right now, it sounds like she's actually crying as well.
From closure.
Definitely doesn't help, Mizkif.
And I was crying like crazy because the emotions were just very high because I was dealing with a lot of major shifts in my life as a result of me attempting to start to try to distance myself from him. So yeah, we were just talking and I was crying a lot. He started to try to comfort me by hugging me while I was sitting on the couch and holding me really close to him. And when this was happening, we hadn't talked in quite a while, and I'm usually very uncomfortable with being touched a lot by people that I'm not in a relationship with.
Good.
But
that's good.
I let him hold me while I was crying. And he started kissing me in my face, and I let him do it. I was still sobbing a lot. And then, suddenly, he tried to climb on top of me and aggressively shoved his hand down my pants. And, I screamed. Yeah. And when I screamed, he jumped off me like a cat, like. And, instead of apologizing or checking if I was okay,
made you feel guilty. Right?
I feel weird now. I feel like I did something wrong. I have to go. And he immediately left my house while I was still crying.
Oh, okay.
Without, checking if I was okay or anything.
I mean, in this situation, like, yes, it's wrong, but I would not call this SA. Which I know, like look, she let him hug him. She let him hug her. She let him start kissing her. I'm going to assume he also like not just kiss her like face. They started like kissing her lips, and she wasn't like resisting, right? Now, the way she said sounds like as if like he's like just kissing her cheek and then just like shoves his hand down the pants. If that's the case, sure, yeah, that's fucked up, okay? But the way I see it, it's probably like he's holding her, whatever, and then it's like he starts kissing her. She might have also like responded in the same manner because again, she was depressed. It is what it is. Like we can all imagine the situation, right? Where, it just starts, you're depressed and then you have sex. Okay? Doesn't mean that what he's doing is right. I don't believe of taking advantage of girls when they are depressed. But it's like there's this scene in Friends. I don't like going there, but it's like Rachel was like depressed, and then Ross like treated her like a lady, and he didn't sleep with her. Right, she was like just wanting to sleep with him, and he's like, I don't want to take advantage of you, so it's like he left, whatever, and then she was mad at him the next day, right? Because he didn't take advantage of her, and she's like, I wanted to be taken, and now I feel stupid and I'm horny still, Now, obviously, I'm making light of the situation, but the whole point is that it's not uncommon to like to do that, right? Now, obviously, he would also go on the defensive when you jump up and scream. Yeah, he would go on the defensive, right? He'll be like, like just fucking, he would panic, right? So for that, I don't know. I wouldn't put like 100% of the fault on him, and I personally wouldn't call that SA. I would just call it inappropriate because, and again, they also had the relationship to begin with. They already had sex before, right? They're like somewhere, just broken up or whatever. Like it's like in a complicated area, right? Where it's like it's the whole like oh, we broke up, oh, we're back together, oh, we broke up, oh, we're back together. That is basically the phase that they were in, right? And usually that we got back together means they had sex and now they're okay, right? So that's why I don't want to call that SA, because he thought she was okay with him doing these, like continuing, right? She wasn't pushing him away based on what she said. So
thing, and at the time, I was still making excuses for him, and I was still afraid of causing trouble for other streamers around us, or like, making things weird for viewers. I know that probably sounds crazy, but like I just felt this pressure, like I had to try to keep things together, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I felt like I'd cause trouble for so many other people if I ever said anything bad about him.
It's okay to be
in our
selfish sometimes.
Streamer group. I tried to stay on good terms with him and hold everything in, and also I still cared about him a lot, and I still at that point had hope that things would get better, and that he would improve. And he'd also always hammer into me how he never physically abused me because he never hit me, and he would coach me and tell me to tell people or other streamers who were asking about it because they were concerned. He would say tell them that I never hit you, make sure that they know that I never hit you.
I mean, did he hit you though? Aside from like that phone thing, which again, I doubt it was on purpose, but it was bound to happen because like he didn't hurt you on purpose. He threw the the phone on purpose to get your attention, probably. Him, like, that hurting is a bit different from like physically hitting you, because physically hitting you is like, I want to hurt you, whereas like the phone thing is more like, I want to get a reaction out of you, kind of thing, right? Even if there is a slight chance that you might get hurt. And also, who would think that you're gonna get hurt from a phone, right? Like, that's another thing. It's like, you're probably like, who's gonna get hurt from a phone? So okay, so like, I can't say, like, from what she said so far, doesn't sound like there was physical abuse. Emotional abuse for sure. Okay, lots of emotional abuse. SA also, again, inappropriate as fuck, sure, but I don't know, I wouldn't call that SA, especially like because you guys were, you know, the in between. Also, you, from what I understand, the way she said it, there was you know, we broke it off and then we're back together, broke it off, back together. So if this was another one, broke it off and back together, because I believe this is the one that after he broke up with her, so she thought it was more permanent. So again, right, I don't think it is like, but I'm not talking about by like within the law, right? I'm talking more about socially. Is it SA really? No, I think it's just inappropriate.
Around the same time, this was during OnlyFans 2, so I guess like December-ish. He would often message me in the middle of my streams and berate me for things like playing the same class as him in WoW, because he thought it would make people think that I was better than him. And again, like I said earlier, I felt like I was stuck in a constant loop where I had to perform well to not be thrown away. But if I performed too well, I was going to be punished. And I actually wanted to show some of those messages.
Oh, let's go.
Because obviously a lot of these things, yeah, I'm not gonna fully read these out because I honestly just don't want to read them out, but I feel like I want to show them to like kind of
give us context. Let's go.
Show what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'll let her adjust
I am
the screen.
planning to probably post the VOD of this somewhere, so if, you know, you want to read this later, that's fine, I guess.
Is there a flying toad over here?
And again, this was all happening while I was live. You can literally go find the stream and see me trying to deal with this while I'm live in the middle of a dungeon, trying to just play the fucking game. Oh fuck, I think
I'll just read this one. Dude, don't dude me. I asked for one thing with you. Don't be a tank, and now you're tanking. What can I do? What the fuck am I supposed to do? Don't tank. Yep, there it is. I'm playing the game. Tank, Emmy. Do it. Let me handle all the hate. What the fuck? Bro, what? Emmy's better. Emmy this. I can't have anything, Emmy. You just take. How can I not tank as a warrior in dungeons? I mean, technically, you can. It just... But yeah. How do I know it's not just someone who doesn't follow? Yes, I'm still wanting to be DPS, but for dungeons I have to tank. Yeah, you really don't. Like, you don't. Yeah, I mean, he's right. You don't have to tank, but dude, if she wants to tank, just fucking like let her tank. That's so weird.
Tank, Emmy, do it. Let me handle all the hate, the criticism. That you're worse than Emmy's. The Emmy is so much better.
Oh,
saying you're better in every chat. The comparison says nobody will ever be on my side. Let me deal with it. You have fun. I asked you not to become a tank. You didn't listen. And now it's the classic, what was I supposed to do? I'm not dealing with this. And
Jesus Christ.
like I said, you can go find the stream.
Oh,
But
God.
for context, I was playing Warrior in World of Warcraft in like a level 24 dungeon. It was like Silverpine. Like, it was just like, it wasn't even like, it was like dog shit gameplay, I'm gonna be honest. Like, so,
Yeah. Jesus Christ, bro.
Yeah,
wait. No. Bring it back. I know where this is going and I'm not dealing with it. I asked for a boundary and it's always crossed. You don't know boundaries. How can not tank as a war in dungeon because you aren't a tank? When I said I don't want to be tank, I meant I don't want to tank in raid, which is still true because I don't know what I'm doing. You do not need to tank in dungeons. Okay, no, that's stupid. Like especially if they don't have a tank in the dungeon, I mean, like, you know, so now I'm going to get so much shit nonstop. Why? What kind of shit are you getting? It's like, oh, your girlfriend is better than you at a game that nobody cares about? Who gives a shit, man? It's fucking classic. Wow. Don't ever pull aggro. Now I'm going to get so shit. Don't ever pull aggro. Emmy's better. Emmy this. I can't have anything, Emmy. You just take. You don't understand what you want me to do. Oh, I don't understand. Like, not tank. Just that simple. What the fuck does that mean? You already played warrior when I told you we were going to get compared. Don't pull. I'm gonna pull aggro because I'm a warrior. No, you're not. Another warrior can tank. Oh, maybe, like, does she just not understand that warriors don't have to tank? Like, there's like, you can just be a DPS warrior. Maybe she just doesn't understand that. I don't know. But no, but she says that's like in raid she won't tank, so it's like she should understand it. I don't know. That's a weird one. But like, again, I'm not justifying Mizkif. He's retarded here regardless. I'm just curious about like, because I don't think she played classic WoW, right? So like, or any WoW. Maybe she doesn't even know. There were no warriors asking to join, and why is it bad for me to pull in dungeons? Because now I am going to get compared nonstop, because now people are just going to say you're better. Because I told you this, dude, he's so insecure. Because I told you this when you first told me you want to play warrior. By the way, she could have played a paladin and she could have played a druid. They can also tank. They're just not as good. Well, actually, in dungeons, I would take a paladin over a warrior. AoE pulls, AoE consecration. I'm just saying. But yeah, there's like there's more than one class that can tank, right? And honestly, you can paladin tank in raids too. Like, it's not the best, but you can. You can't cheese stuff basically. Because it tells you this for when you first told me you want to play warrior. And it's already happening. You just don't care about this stuff ever. There's no boundaries with you. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Don't tank. Yep, there it is. I'm playing the game. Tank Emmy. Do it. Let me handle all the hate. Damn, that is crazy.
like, so, yeah.
You know what I don't understand? Why didn't she go to like the elder council, right? Like the people who are older inside of their like friend group, and ask them what to do, right? And by this I mean like, just go to Asmongold, okay? Just get another opinion. You're not gonna put any stress on him if you tell him, hey man, like what am I supposed to do? Like, am I the problem? Like, just ask him, like straight up ask him. Don't tell him all the examples. Just straight up could have just asked. Just be like, I just don't understand what's going on. Like, it's fine. Like, this would not be a big, like, and honestly, have the guys talk to him. He's not, again, if you just go at it from like a more misogynistic point of view, okay? Guys that are gaslighting girls like this usually don't have as much respect for girls as they would other guys, right? If other guys found out about this and they're not pussies, basically, they could just talk to him. It's like, yo, bro, is everything cool? Like, what are you doing? Like, you know, guys keep each other in check. Okay, I don't know about OTK guys. I'm pretty sure Tecton probably knew about this, and this is why one of the reasons Tecton really hates Mizkif. Tecton is probably going to have a blast. Well, not in, you know, like, another vindication arc for Tectone from Mizkif viewers. But like, I feel like I'm not saying that this could have been solved per se. I'm saying that it's like, how come no guy knew, or if they knew, why didn't they step up if they knew about stuff like this? That's what I just don't get. Like, dude, when I'm not gonna say who, but somebody close to me was cheating on a girl, I was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing, right? And it's like, oh, we're not in a serious relationship. Like, okay, as long as you're both aware. Like, because like I hate guys who cheat, right? And yeah, so as long as you're not in a serious relationship, then it's fine, right? But it's like, I didn't even know the girl, and I asked him like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, yeah, you can
That's fucked up.
read that later, I suppose, if yeah,
I'm trying
like
to
I said before, hold on. I was constantly trying so hard to compromise with him because I wanted to be cool, and I wanted us to be able to coexist in the same streaming sphere. But I felt like I could never win, and he hated my whole existence. Like, ever since that one stream where
the gaslighting.
I had like a little bit more viewers than him. And he would say that it was my fault that his stream was dying because most of his viewers liked me, and whenever he hit on another girl, they would be confused or not take it seriously because they knew that me and him were together privately. And he said if he would be able to hit on other girls and convince them that it was real, he would get his career back. Was like within the last couple of weeks.
Isn't it kind of sad that this is like what you think your content should be about? You picking up chicks. And again, let's be real. I'm pretty sure people were watching Mizkif because he was bringing all of these girls to his streams, right? Like, I don't know anything that Mizkif did that was entertaining aside from having other streamers on his stream, right? And even like I can say this, that's like Mizkif was like trying to I don't know if he was the one doing it, but what it seemed like was that he was the one trying to make all of the OTK games and events and all that stuff. That's what it seemed like, right? But right now it might be that he tried to always just be center stage while other people did the work. I don't know. But it is kind of weird to me that somebody who thinks his only value is just him bringing, like, hitting on girls. That's kind of weird.
That we spoke to each other.
He found his niche.
He started
hitting on girls.
Saying terrible things to me about other streamers in Austin.
Nice. Yep.
In particular, one specific streamer who...
Tectone.
I know there's a lot of people that know he has beef with certain streamers. It was not one of those streamers. It was someone who, to this day, has been nothing but nice to him. He would say horrible things about this person, like, about them in their stream, and it was very hard to listen to. And just in general, he would say horrible things about other streamers in Austin, like, I quote, "I hate everyone here. You are all useless to me. You're worthless to me because it does nothing for my stream anymore to collab with any of you."
Nice. It's great.
And him saying that was the final straw for me. The day that he said that to me about other people was the first day that I ever, for the first time, started to ignore his calls and messages. And because of that, he even threatened to come to my house if I didn't answer. But I did end up calling him back, and I spoke to him, and I basically told him that I felt like I could finally see things for what they were. And he started panicking, and he was super apologetic, and he was saying he didn't want to lose me, which wasn't the first time that he like did something like that and was like, you know, basically begging me not to leave. But that was definitely the most extreme time. And again, like I said, I always had the hope that things would be cordial, or that, you know, we could be fine with each other. So I agreed, and we agreed we were going to talk about all of that.
manipulated.
We talked about it about a week later, and instead of apologizing for anything, he basically told me that he realized he needed to go to Japan and LA to get his viewership back up, and he was basically too young to focus on friendships and relationships. And it was
okay, so his new strategy was I wanna pretend like I'm no longer interested in you, right? I'ma just do my own thing and focus on the stream, and because of that, I'm going to Japan, and I just don't care about you anymore. How cool am I?
I mean, despite everything, like I said, I still cared about him, so it was still hard. And I mean, it was like a mix of feelings, you know, like I was devastated, but I was also so relieved. But because of the past incidents during like other fights,
Shouldn't be relieved
and
yet.
times I would try to separate myself from him. Past incidents during those times of him manipulating me into staying close with him and giving him more chances, sexually assaulting me, the abuse, and just him generally not being a very nice person. After that, I decided that the only solution and way for me to move forward, I made the hard decision, but I know now for sure the right one,
Yep.
was to finally completely cut contact with him. I knew it'd be very hard because our careers and our communities were so intertwined, but I knew that I had to do it and that there was no other choice. So
again, if that was the only SA, then like I already said my piece. I don't think it was as serious as like again, wasn't there, but just based on how she described it, I don't like it. It just doesn't like that's not what I consider SA. It's like saying that it's like it okay, technically this would be SA if you like a girl slaps a random guy on the butt. That is technically SA, right? But is it really SA? Yeah, like when we say SA, we mean something like really bad. This is like between breakups, and like you're clearly like letting him hug you and kiss you and whatever. Now again, if the way it happened is that you're pushing yourself away and then he shoved his hand in your pants, that's different, right? But if it was just, like he hugs you, you let him, he kisses you, you let him, and then like he like slowly reaches down and like you're letting him reach and only jump when he finally reaches, then it's not the same. But if he was just like, you showed any sign of resistance, but you're just like depressed, you don't like have a lot of energy kind of thing, and he's like force kissing you and then he shoves his hand down your pants, that would be SA, right? Because again, it's and literally like the only reason that it's not SA in the first example is because you guys were together multiple times and had like mini breakups. That's why. Like that context matters.
I have not spoken to him since January of this year. It's
2
been
years.
10 months.
Yeah. 2 years together, I mean.
You think
Ish.
that's the end? It is unfortunately not.
Mm.
I haven't spoken to him since January of this year. It only took a couple of weeks, but soon the messages started. He has attempted to contact me over 40 times individually this year in individual texts, Discord messages, Instagram DMs, and phone calls. And
Okay.
I'm just gonna show those. And at first, it starts simple. Be confusing messages or like him expressing he was worried about things.
About himself.
Like, first, it wasn't anything weird.
Yeah, please communicate so I don't feel isolated and hated. Oh my lord, right away with the manipulation. Hey, just to make sure you don't have recordings of me, right? I'm getting harassed that you do, and I'm assuming it's nothing. Do you know why I am removed from everything? Why I'm kicked from OTK? Oh, he was kicked from OTK then. I didn't even know about that. I'm sorry, Amy. I'm sorry for this pause. Why I'm kicked from OTK? Nobody is answering my calls, and I don't want to bother you, but I'm panicking and I don't understand what's happening. Can we please communicate so I don't feel isolated and hated by my own org? I just want, man, that the downfall of OTK was like funny enough. It was exactly what everyone said, like what OTK would be. It's a fucking sex cult. Oh god, like just like sexual allegations over and over, which by the way, obviously that's gonna happen. You have a bunch of like boy toys, right? Like not boy toys, but like you have like man children in an org. There's a bunch of money. They're probably making parties. They live together. They sleep in the same house. Like, bro, there's gonna be drama. There's gonna be possessiveness. Like, that's obviously what's gonna happen. All right. I'm surprised offline TV didn't have more controversies because it had some, right? It had some. Especially with Pokey and like that other guy. I don't even remember his name. Came home and feel terrible. It feels so odd that I cannot talk to you or anyone and just know what's happening. Can you please respond? Please respond. So my favorite message to girls that don't respond to me. Please respond. Just spam that shit. I understand and will just leave you alone, but I really would appreciate if we could talk. I won't text you again after this. I really to talk if possible. I really do want to talk if possible. No, you don't want to hear from me. Oh my god, these texts, bro. This is. Oh, I've been there. Now, I didn't abuse anyone, but I've been there. And I don't want to hear from me, but I can't just not message you. I still care about you. If you need to talk, I'm here. I'm so sorry. If you need to talk now, I'm here, okay? If you need to talk, I'm here. I'm so sorry shit like this happened. I'll be up all night if you need to talk. Can we please talk, Amy? I'm so sorry for what I said. Can we talk tomorrow? Jeez. Yep. GG, Matt. Man, this is honestly like this is like one of those things where you really don't want other people to seek. This is, and again, he deserves everything that's come to him, but this is him at his lowest. Right now, he's still looking for attention and all that stuff, but he got to this point where he's sending so many messages when he knows for sure, right? Like you already know when you're sending these that's like it's maybe there's like you're like lying to yourself. There's has to be like a 0.001% chance that she's gonna reply, and as soon as she replies, I'm vindicated, right? And good on her for not replying, because you will vindicate him if you do. But man, this is one of those things you like as a man you really don't want out there. You at your lowest, apologizing consistently, practically begging for her to talk to you. You do not want anyone else to see this. This is... Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think Mizkif should probably be on suicide watch right now. Like, for the next week. Because right now, it's just like building up inside of him. He should be on suicide watch. I like, seriously, if you guys, if anyone watches this and you know Mizkif, check on him. 100% check on him. Like, this guy right now, this is he's gonna be in such a dark place right now. He deserved it. Don't get me wrong, he deserved it. But he's gonna be in dark place. Also, but sorry. He deserves to be in dark place. I don't think anything he did deserves to like fucking end your life over. Okay? Even, as I said, even the SA, if it is how she kind of described it, is not that bad. That probably doesn't feel good on her, sure, but he's like 95% at fault, not 100% for that, if it's as she described it.
This is not someone who loves or cares about you.
Yeah, no, he's doing it for himself, and like, you not answering is the right move. Can you please answer my phone? I'm sorry. There it is. There it is. Not a day has gone by in these last 4 months where your final words to me haven't echoed in my heart. I walked out your door thinking I knew what I wanted, but I was wrong. I told myself I need to be alone, that I had missed out on being single in my 30s. I convinced myself I needed space, freedom, distance, but the truth is I was afraid of commitment, afraid of what it meant to truly let someone in, even someone as beautiful and kind as you. Dude, the manipulation is top tier. So I tried to protect myself in the worst way possible. I pushed you away. I told myself lies to justify it. I said I was bored. I said a relationship would hold me back. This, like I said, this is like the whole like Japan thing, right? I said I didn't want to be with just one person, but those weren't truths. They were shields I put up to avoid facing my fears and the parts of myself I hadn't yet healed. And in doing that, I lost you. Again, this is May, so this is like a few months after. It's about half a year after the Japan trip. He said 4 months, but you know, it's about there. 6 months, technically 7 months, something like that. Which, again, not sure when he said it because the timeline is not too clear, but it seemed like he said it sometime around the Japan trip. Can you please talk? Dude, this is on what? Oh, this is still the phone.
And keep in mind,
yeah,
this is only things that he sent to me.
Yeah, this is all May. This is like every other day or something like that. Oh, there we go. We got some August. This is the recent one, Saturday, August 16. Tagged you in there. Real, can we please talk while you're here? A simple conversation will go very far for both of us. Nah, man.
I can't document
it's all for you.
The things that people told me that he was saying.
Yeah, this is all for him. This is not for her.
And just kind of a funny side note, I guess. I would like to highlight this message. Because, doesn't really matter, but I ran it through
ChatGPT?
the ChatGPT checker.
Yep.
And all the highlights. Like I said, doesn't really matter. I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
But,
I actually wanna wait. Hold up. I wanna see what was not highlighted. I can't see. I pushed you away, I guess. I told myself Oh, this is that message. Told myself, yada yada yada. Yeah, this is that. Yeah, this is the 4 month. Where is it? It's always been Matt and Emmy, and it still could be if you'll have me. Jesus, man. Oh my god.
Said doesn't really matter. I just thought it was interesting.
God, bro.
But
that is painful. Oh, that's painful.
Yeah. Like I said at first, the messages were just simple things. Like
the thing is, you know what's gonna be even crazier? Oh my god. And I know he can do this. Cause I know the type, man. I was there. This is such a dark place. You would do a lot for attention. Okay. He's gonna gaslight her that he's gonna kill. First of all, he's gonna gaslight her that he's gonna kill himself. Okay. Then, and this is like assuming he doesn't actually want to kill himself, because if he wanted to kill himself, he would do it, right? He might message her that he's gonna end it all, right? I feel so bad for what I did to you. I don't deserve to live, like something along those lines, right? Feel so bad what I did to you. I don't deserve to live. I'm really sorry, and I hope you have a great life. That'll be it. He won't say like I'm killing myself, whatever. Like he'll say something along those lines, right? And then he would wait for her to respond. And if she doesn't respond, he would fake suicide. Because I'm like, it's not that hard to fake suicide, okay? Take a bunch of pills, call 911, or have someone else call 911, whatever. Or even better, if he's really smart, and again, like not smart, like he's really manipulative, he would do it on stream. He would start popping pills. He would just say, and he would be like in a, the good Mizkif mood, right? And, like, and just like take a few pills, and then take a few pills, and then take a few pills, and then take a few pills, right? To the point where like his audience would like start freaking the fuck out, right? And he would hope that somebody who knows him, knows where he lives, will call 911. All so that she would talk to him. I'm telling you, like, shit can go dark really fucking fast. I wouldn't be surprised, right? This is like a person that basically so far has shown very low self-esteem for God knows why, bro. You're a fucking millionaire. You don't even have to stream anymore. You're a millionaire, but you want the attention. He loves the attention. So yeah, it doesn't look like he loves himself enough. So that's why, like, he probably doesn't value himself enough. Based on these messages that he keeps saying, where it's like, everyone's saying that you're better thanking me and whatever. He literally just like does not appreciate himself enough. I don't know why. Like, bro, you made it. But yeah.
About things or saying
it's dangerous right now. It's so dangerous for him right now.
I don't think was even true at the time. I think he was just saying that to try to guilt me into responding
100%.
to him.
Yes.
I'm not sure about that, of course.
No, he did. Yeah, 100%.
This also extended to in-person interactions, because initially I made the mistake of thinking that I only had to cut him off through private communication, and
Nope.
we would be fine
No.
going to the same events and parties and such.
Nope. No half-assed measures.
I also had to start hold on, I'm still fucking sick.
The mono from the guy.
I made the mistake of thinking that I only had to cut him off through personal, private communication. But I also had to start avoiding going to the same parties or places I was worried he'd be in person. Because this was after he came back from his first trip to Japan. There was a party that I attended several months after I first went into contact with him. I was aware that he would be there, and I thought it'd be fine. I thought it wouldn't be a big deal. I thought I'll just let him have his space. I'll have my space. You know, it's not a big deal. We're adults, right?
Nope, you're not adults. You're not.
Party,
Like, you might be, but he's definitely not.
I felt like he was following me around and monitoring me,
100%.
but I thought that I was just being paranoid. I was like, it's probably just in your head. I was hanging out with Nick and Catchy and a couple other friends.
Oh boy.
And at some point, Nick was like, "It's too fucking loud down here. Let's go upstairs. No one's upstairs.
Suddenly he's upstairs.
Let's just go, you know, chill in a room and like talk where it's not so loud." And I was like, okay. So they, as a group, went upstairs first without me, but it took me a bit longer to get up there because someone like stopped me and was talking to me, and I did feel like, I mean, he was like standing pretty close to that person. I felt like he was watching me, but again, I thought I was just being paranoid. But I went upstairs. I was hanging out with Nick and Catchy and, you know, our other friends. And then about 30 minutes later, the room that we're in, the door opens. It's Miz.
There's Miz.
He opens the door.
And he's like, he looks at you, makes eye contact with you, tries to just talk to everyone except you, and then leave.
Contact with me, goes, "Ooh," and then closes the door.
Oh, even worse.
I was like, what the fuck? But again, I was still trying my best to, you know, give the benefit of the doubt, like, you know, maybe it's just like an awkward situation or something. But a couple months later, the person that he was hanging out with that night reached out to me privately and was apologizing, and I was like, why? And they're like, "I just felt like I had to apologize to you because I felt so bad and so embarrassed of what was going on. Like, yes, he wanted to see what you were doing. He was saying, like, I want to go see what's upstairs," and he was checking every room, and then after he opened the room that you were in with Nick,
I miss being obsessed with women. It's such a unique experience. It's such a unique experience to be like a fucking degenerate like that. Yeah, it's man, I literally like have days when like I'm thinking about like the shit like that I did, and man, like I cringe so bad that I just like, I was like, fuck man, like maybe I should kill myself. And I didn't even do half the bad shit that he did. Right? I at least didn't manipulate, but I probably could have been pushed to manipulate. Right? Like, again, I was a man-child, probably still am. So I think a lot of guys can, to an extent, relate. Right? Like, I don't think it's like that unique to him. It's just that he had the possibility to push it further, and he never caught himself. And his guys, his boy friends, like men friends, did not keep him in check. Basically, like, it's stuff like this. You need your guy friends to like tell you you're a fucking idiot, but you need people who you respect to tell you that.
Nick, he closed the door and started laughing, and then he just wanted to talk about, you know, how you guys broke up for the next like however many hours of the night.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, wow, okay, that's good to know, I guess. The next story that I want to tell involves what happened to me, Valkyrie, and Cinna earlier this year when we were attacked at the Santa Monica Pier.
By the way, I saw that, and I don't remember, it's one of the girls who instigated him, like the guy, more. I'm not gonna say she's 100% at fault, but like, she is at fault. Whoever that was, bro, I honestly hope she learned her fucking lesson not to do that shit. Okay? Like, you don't know who you're dealing with. It could be a crazy guy, and all he needed is an excuse, okay? If somebody's following you, if somebody's like, you know, is being weird around you, the best thing you can do is fucking walk away, like, to the opposite direction. Do not engage. If you engage, if you want to try to make him feel stupid, especially in front of a camera, okay, you're gonna make him do something stupid. You're gonna make him prove who and what he is.
Because that was obviously.
This is not something you want to be proven right about.
I don't want to look at them. They're still on my desktop. Where was I? Yeah, so, yeah, it happened March 3rd of this year.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people were talking about it, talking about how me, Ray, and Cinna were attacked. Which was not an issue. Like, we had no issue with that. Like, obviously, it's big news. People are going to talk about it. It should be talked about. We had, like, no issues with anyone talking about it and covering it, and that included him. I was fine with that. He joined in on that whole thing of people going live to talk about it. And again, I'd like to remind people at this point, we were already a couple months into me making no contact with him, making it clear I didn't want anything to do with him. And so during this stream, he was covering what happened to me, Ray, and Cinna. He decided that he was going to tell more of my personal stalker stories that I've never personally talked about or shared publicly myself.
Oof.
And one of these stories was one that, like, no one knew at all, and, like, it just felt so shitty because at the time that those things happened, like, you know, all the people that lived in that area together, we all came together and we all kind of decided, and this was heavily pushed by him, we should never talk about this because, you know, people are gonna be weird. It puts Emmy in more danger, and, you know, it gives people ideas, so we're never gonna talk about it. But, you know, of course, as soon as there's...
But that is a good trump card for him. Why? Because if he talks about it, he might get a reaction out of you, then make you call him and talk to him. To which then he can be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I was just make some excuses, blah, 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 right? But you reached out to him. So he knows that the freeze on the conversation is over. Like the freeze on like not talking to him, that's over. So now he can start talking to you because you already responded. And because you already said something, not respond, but like you already talked to him. And now that if he starts sending you a bulk of messages, you are very likely to respond again. Why? Because you already responded or you already interacted with him. Did I not finish that? That is some bullshit. Okay.
Some big drama that he's not involved in. And he finds a way to, you know, bring up, oh, I was there for something that happened to Emmy. Mm-hmm. He does it. He was on a stream talking about these personal stories of mine, and I caught wind of it. And by the way, it was also so frustrating not say anything at this time because the way he told those stories, he kind of framed himself as like
the savior,
the hero.
Yep.
He was like, oh, I held the stalker at gunpoint. No. Yeah. The only person who ever came into contact face-to-face with that stalker before the police came was Bonnie. Bonnie is the person who found that guy outside, went inside, told everyone, called the police. The police came. All Miz did was he stood far away from the front door, behind glass and metal, with a gun. Yeah, I mean, I understand. Still very scary, but why are you acting like if anyone deserves credit for that, it's Bonnie. Like, it's literally stolen valor. I'm so glad I finally get to say that because she is the one who, like, kept everyone in those two houses safe, not him.
Oh, God.
Anyway, back to the original thing, the Ray and Cinna stuff.
I don't know enough about that, but, like, there's no reason. I can't imagine a reason for Bonnie to put herself in danger against like an unknown assailant. And like in between him and Mizkif with a gun, okay? Like that could have gone so wrong so fucking fast. So yeah, I don't know. Like that just sounds weird. Is Bonnie the one that also like instigated with that guy who was stalking them? I don't know if I don't know if Bonnie streams or is she like a camera crew or whatever, a manager. I don't know what she is, right? I just saw her on Sven's stream sometimes. That a fun dude, skinny tiny girl. She's so feisty. I fucking love it. That's hilarious.
So, I was obviously panicking. Like, I just had this horrible thing happen to me the night before. It was like huge, like public, millions of people seeing it. And then my crazy ex-boyfriend is going live talking about more of my personal stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like crying, and Senna and Ray are like what's wrong? And I tell them, and I'm like panicking. I'm like, I need to call so-and-so, I need to call so-and-so, I need to call so-and-so. Like these different people that I was like, they can contact him, because I did not want to contact him.
Good. Smart.
So, Ray, Senna, some of me and Miz's mutual business partners, and Asmongold,
Yep.
were all messaging him to stop. And by the way, Asmongold told me that he tried to call Miz while he was talking, and it rang 3 times and then hung up.
Oof.
Which means that he saw it, and he just wanted to be able to keep talking, because, yeah.
Good on Asmongold. Good on him.
A little note.
Respect.
I don't know exactly what, like, the other people said to him, but Ray and Senna told me that they were messaging him being like, bro, like, stop, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
why are you doing this? And he was messaging them, who
Obviously.
were also equally as traumatized as me, of course. They had gone through the same thing. Oh, what am I doing wrong? I'm letting people know what, girls go through.
Yeah.
Was that your job? Well, anyway, yeah, that all happened a couple of months into me being no contact with him.
Again, none of this is like, anything here is more like about how shitty his character is, and again, it's all just like attention building from that. Like, he's just trying to get attention. Like, I'm not saying these are like good things, obviously. These are like pretty bad things, but overall, like, this is a lot of like, this is kind of like a nothing burger kind of thing. Him, like, he's just not respecting her privacy. That's what it is, realistically. Like, there's no like, it's, he's an asshole. He doesn't respect her privacy, right? He's sharing something very vulnerable that she doesn't want to share, right? Like, these are all like bad things, but like, they're not, it's like a whatever kind of thing,
And yeah, he was arguing with Ray and Senna while they're trying to be like, bro, like, stop, like, you're making it worse. He finished talking about my stuff and then reacted to Senna and Ray's whole stream where they were crying, addressing their communities, made sure to react to that, and then immediately went offline. So yeah, that was a terrible weekend. I got threatened to be stabbed, and then the next day, my weird ex was going live trying to self-insert.
Yep.
So that he could make sure to farm his own clips.
Yep. Hard.
After that incident, his attempts to talk to me only ramped up, which I showed those texts. We went back to Japan, and during that trip, he was texting, calling me, trying to call me quite a lot, begging me to take him back. And at the same time, I heard that he was reaching out to quite a few other streamers who know both of us. And he was crying to them about how he wanted to get back together and how he thought someday we would reconnect and eventually get married.
Oof.
I think...
Oh my god. Oh man. She was I don't want to say the one, but like, what you would perceive as the one. Like, you can't imagine life without her kind of thing. Like, oh man, bro. But he's too immature to like know how to deal with that. Like, that's yeah, well, been there. Not to his extent, but been there, It's like she's like, I just want to be with her, right? Like, my god, man. And again, look, he's a young dude. He's a young guy. probably plenty of girls want him, right? To want him to abuse them as well. Yeah, man, this sucks.
I don't think he even meant that, but I hope not. But I assume he did that with the hope that they would relay the messages back to me since I wasn't talking to him. And I mean, some of them did. I also had a couple other streamers report to me that he would obsessively watch my stream and not in a like, oh, I wonder what Emmy's doing right now. Way or like having my stream open, like he would be obsessively and attentively hate watching my stream, like watching my stream and just saying horrible things almost every time that I've been live this year. And they tell me that he would want to discuss how he believed I still wanted him. Interesting, considering I never replied. And he would ask other guys if they thought I had slept with anyone this year. They'd be like, I don't fucking know, man. And then they told me he would say stuff like, no, there's no way she's done that. She's not like that. And she's probably waiting for me. Just really fucking gross stuff like that. And a couple of streamers in LA also told me that he was telling people that me and him still talk all the time, but we simply weren't together anymore because I was too mature and I was not ready. I was too immature. But yeah, you can see from the messages I showed. I'm not sure if like, I mean, people can go back and read them. He was begging me to take him back for the majority of this year, which was 7 or 8 months total. And like I said, some of those messages were even, I believe, ChatGPT. Not that it really matters, it's just interesting, right? As of today, it's been about 2 months since he has attempted to contact me directly. I think because about 2 months ago is when he started kind of getting scared that I might have been like, you know, telling people things, which again, I wasn't going out of my way to do it, but if anyone ever asked me, I wasn't gonna lie to them. I mentioned this at the beginning before I started like fully telling the story. I heard from my friends, other streamers, and my employees that he had cooked up a plot that if I ever tried to talk about him, like about the abuse or anything else, he would try to go live and say that I killed my rabbits. And I was told that he approached several streamers who were around us a lot when we lived together and asked if they would basically back him up, and they refused. Obviously, they're not insane. And even something happened this weekend at TwitchCon. One of my employees told me he went up to them and he threatened them, saying, if Emmy ever tries to talk about me, I will destroy her. Whatever that means. And within the same night, he also texted one of my best friends, and he would have known that I would have been with this girl. He texted her saying, "Hey, worried about her. Hope she's okay." You know, right after he just said to my employee and other people that he was gonna try to destroy my life. Yeah, all in the same night. And, yeah, that was Saturday, so that pretty much leads us to today. I feel like it's clear I've spent the last year of my life cutting him off and building a new life with people that actually care about me and doing my best to move on peacefully without causing any drama. I did not want to do this. A lot of people, a lot of other creators actually told me that after his other allegations in 2022, if I wasn't the first person to stand up for him and start appearing on his channel again, they do not think that they would have gone back to helping him with his content. So I always tried to keep things private, always tried to make things better, had hope that things would get better, you know, tried to be supportive, and my thanks that I got for all of that was abuse and resentment. And for all of 2025, all of this year, harassment and hatred from him and his community, while he was the whole time secretly begging for me to take him back behind the scenes. I've taken a lot of steps already. As I said, it's apparent. I've taken a lot of steps to restructure my life and be a lot more careful about who I help and who I invest my time and my care into. And I'm doing a lot better now, but I felt like this was a necessary strain because, like I said at the very beginning, I have heard that he has done things to other people that aligned with some of my own experiences, so I felt like it would be wrong for me to keep holding on to all this information. I know I stayed for way too long, and I thought that I could help, and I unfortunately learned that I couldn't, but I worked really hard to have the life that I have now with my friends, my family, my pets, and my community, and I'm so grateful for how things are now. It was very difficult, but I'm very proud of myself for making the choices that I did to end up where I am now. And yeah, that's my story of dealing with abuse, psychological and domestic abuse. sexual assault and stalking and being threatened on if, you know, I ever talked about it. And this whole time it's been kind of hidden in plain sight away from hundreds of thousands of people. And yeah, I know that me saying all of this probably isn't gonna make him or what's left of his community leave me alone, but yo, sorry, voice crack. I know talking about this probably won't make him or sorry, probably won't make him or what remains of his community leave me alone, but I'm at least glad that people will be aware of all of this now and I won't have to feel like I'm hiding a terrible dark secret anymore. And it's all out there now. And I also want to make it clear that not everyone that I interact with or that I'm friends with knew the extent of the things that were happening. And a lot of streamers didn't really know anything at all, but I mean, like I said before, people aren't stupid. I think it's pretty clear that a lot of people knew that things were happening, and like I said, you have to remember, it's not just me. A lot of people have told me that they have their own, you know, grievances with him. But for the people who did know about this, thank you for being there for me through all of this and supporting me and cheering me on. And there were a lot of people as well who, even though they didn't know anything, without asking any questions, they still were very kind and supportive, and I will always remember that for the rest of my life. I also want to say, just so people know, that I'm not just trying to like put this out there and then, you know, I am already in the process of filing a restraining order on him in both Texas and California. And I also wanted to say that I would not be surprised if he tries to sue me for this stream that I did today and for coming out about him. Not because he thinks that he would win, but for PR reasons, like a slap lawsuit. It'd be interesting if that happened, and I wouldn't be opposed to people finding out more of the truth and things that I didn't even talk about today, and what else he's been lying about. And I'm sure there's also plenty of things that even I don't know about. And yeah, there's more things that I didn't even talk about today, but I'm hoping that now that I have this out, this is the last time I ever have to talk about it. And I can be like, okay, I got it out there. I'm not withholding this anymore. It's out there. And yeah. I guess that's pretty much it. Definitely not how I would have liked to spend my Saturday. I would have loved to go to karaoke with my friends or something like that instead. A lot of people like karaoke, right, guys? Yeah, I think that's it. I'm probably gonna take some time off. I'm not sure. Like, I genuinely have no idea what the response to this all is gonna be like. I really just wanna, like I said, do my best to move on from this, because I've already been doing that for a year. Like I said, I feel like that's pretty clear. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for today. I asked my editor if he would put this on YouTube for if you guys want to look at, you know, any of the things that I shared today. But like I said, all of the streams that I referred to today are public. You can easily find them. And all the people that I mentioned today gave me permission to mention them. Except I think I mentioned Mr. Beast, oops, but I mean, he's not involved. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I never thought that I would be doing this stream, so it feels really weird to have done it, and it's over now.